there, Coach Faye here. I'm the founder and creator of Imagined Life, best-selling author and international speaker. I dedicated almost 30 years of my life to coaching, researching, and studying ways to unleash human potential, to help people like you build confidence and live more successful, meaningful lives. My background includes coaching figure skating at world and Olympic levels, Master of Arts degree in spiritual psychology, and numerous certifications, seminars, conferences, workshops with the best mentors in the world to distill the best practices into one simple system you're here to discover. Thank you for being here, for your desire and drive to learn and grow and be the change in your world. It is my intention to inspire you to go further, to discover who you are and your potential. It's no coincidence that you're watching this video right now. You are recognizing that the time has come for you to transform yourself into the person most fit to conquer the challenges you face and to own the purpose of your presence on this planet. Have you ever wondered why some people achieve more than others, or they are happier than others, or more fulfilled, more focused, more disciplined, more fill in the blank? How some people know what their life purpose is, and they tell you how you need to identify your purpose, your why. And you tried, but you still have no real clue what that is. Have you also noticed that having less in some areas of your life or personality creates the feelings of anxiety, worry, frustration, unworthiness, resentment, anger, hurt, fear? Have you tried to improve yourself on some level by reading books, attending seminars, watch videos to fill in the gap you're feeling? Have you ever noticed how it takes weeks and weeks to read a book only to discover that you can remember just a quote or two and nothing really changed in your life after? The same with seminars and events. You spent a day or two or three away from your family, paid high fees, took lots of notes, then you came home and life took over. You forgot most of what you've learned except the feeling that it was worthwhile. You heard about limiting beliefs, changing your thoughts, positive psychology, and law of attraction. Have you noticed how much time all of that takes? And this is one resource that you're panicking about because there is just never enough time for anything. Do you wonder how I know your life so well? It was my story. I invested over $500,000 in almost 30 years of my life searching for answers, filling this gap, but not really knowing what exactly I was looking for, other than I was looking for more. Don't get me wrong, I love books and I read them all the time. I love attending events, but let's be clear, books and events are great for information and inspiration, but not transformation, or not fast transformation. Today, I'm thrilled to introduce you to Imagined Life Path, a system of life transformation that will finally give you exact simple tools to practice in the perfect focused order, designed just for you, by you. A system that will give you exactly what you've been searching for years, thousands of years. A system that takes as much time to practice as it takes to drink a glass of water. Really, a system based on these little cards, Imagined. One of my clients said, Imagined is magic. This is a brilliant concept that is for sure going to change the world. So why did I create it? And what is it? As a little girl, I grew up figure skating competitively in the Soviet Union. While some may think it was a wonderful thing to do, I didn't get to experience the freedom, flow, and beauty associated with the sport. My early recollection of skating is mental, emotional, and physical abuse that I regularly endured. I thought my name was Stupid Lazy Pig because my skating coach, Lana, had called me that every day. One day, she kicked me out from the skating academy. My mother, who loves skating, continued to take me to practice. And one day, at the public rink, she was approached by a tall stranger, a new coach, who thought that I was beautiful and talented. She became my coach, and I gave my heart and soul to her, doing my best, scared to lose her affection. One day, I became a state champion. As I stood on a podium, I realized that it wasn't true that I was a stupid, lazy pig with no potential. It wasn't true. The truth was, I had the potential just like the other girls. The truth is, we all have the potential, every single one of us. And discovering this potential within myself and others became my mission and purpose in life. This is why I dedicated my life to studying, implementing, and developing the tools and strategies of life mastery, to inspire, empower, and teach people these tools so that we can break free from self-imposed limitations to enjoy fulfilling, meaningful lives, realize our dreams, and inspire others to achieve theirs. This is why I became a coach. This is why I wrote my book, Choreography of Awakening. This is why I discovered Imagined Life Path. Imagined Life Path is a simple method of self-realization that will give you clarity on exactly what holds you back, show you 12 personalized steps in precise order of progression to transform your weaknesses into strengths so that you stop lifelong self-sabotage and become the kind of disciplined, loving, patient, healthy self you always wished yourself to be. 3, demonstrate exactly where you are in your life right now and where you could be. Give you simple tool, Imagine, to remind you who you want to be every time you drink water. And it will expand your awareness to improve your habits, relationships, and overall quality of life. First, let's take a look at what potential is and what it means. In the recent years, the words potential and next level became too cliché and overused. Our interpretation of potential is based on a dictionary definition, having or showing the capacity to become or develop into something in the future. However, through my research, I realized that potential is a lot more than just the capacity we have. It is something that we actually are. In other words, it is not something that can be increased or decreased, appear or disappear. Potential is that which is unchangeable, immortal, and infinite within us and around us. It is the energy that gives us life itself and everything that exists. It is the I am within us all, the self described by ancient masters. If you take 2 rocks and strike them against each other, you'll get a spark that can start a fire. Fire is within each rock. Fire is the potential of the rock, and it can be dormant for years until it's realized. That's exactly what our potential is like. The realization of this truth is the path to fulfillment, happiness, unshakable confidence, and that is the Imagined Life Path, which will help you to experience it yourself. Almost all of our issues, conflicts, resentments, feelings of unworthiness come from the disconnect, misunderstanding, and misinterpretation between who we believe we are and who we really are. Jesus apparently have noticed this also and is quoted in the dialogue of the Savior as saying, "Do you not understand that what you see is what you will become?" This is a powerful quote and implies that we are the product of our perception. And when we choose to change our perception of what we see, we change, and as a result, the world we see around us changes. And that is a great news because we can change what we see and how we think. When we see selfishness, impatience, anger, greed, cruelty, disrespect everywhere, it's easier to get stuck and believe that the world is mean and unfair, and to begin protecting ourselves by acting in exactly the ways we don't like. However, if you retrain your mind to specifically pay attention to qualities you want to see in your world and strive to become those qualities yourself, then inevitably, not only will you and your thoughts change, but also the world around you will change. Imagines were designed to do exactly that. Change what and how you think and see yourself and the world you live in. In fact, the word imagine is an acronym derived from the words I am, imagine, magnetize, and intend. It means that when you imagine, visualize the quality or value you want, you are attracting it and activating that intention for this quality to become part of your life. Every detail on the imagine contains embedded meaning, from language to font to colors. On each I imagine, the uppercase I am represents high self or potential, followed by a quality, which refers to the aspect you will be focusing on during your practice. Then the lowercase I represents the small self that doesn't feel it or has enough of the particular quality, therefore desiring it. Consequently, the discontent, uncertainties, unhappiness, and doubts that we experience in life directly relate to the degree our small self I is out of alignment with our high self. Each imagine is a coaster designed to energize your water or drink with a meaningful, quick mindfulness practice and remind you of the quality of your high self that you choose to strengthen at this time. And because you drink something all day long, it becomes a day-long mind training practice. Thus, imagined life path is the practice of aligning your small self with your high self, or the potential that you are. One of the principles of imagined life is the idea that Earth is a school and everyone registers for their own curriculum, either unaware of what this curriculum is. So imagined life path is a curriculum, like individualized workout programs designed by a personal trainer, specifically for the fitness goals you have to improve the quality of your life. And it's all packaged in the box. Imagined life path begins with an innovative discovery process we call blueprint, consisting of identifying 12 core values or imagines you are least aligned with at a time, 12 out of 50. When aligned in a particular order, it will reveal to you your innermost desire and purpose of your life. In other words, it's a process that facilitates clarity of who you really want to become and what your ideal world looks like, while giving you 12 successive steps to create both. Once discovery is complete, you're ready to begin the ascension of your imagined life path by practicing one imagine at a time. The idea of imagine tending water for mental, emotional, and spiritual advancement was inspired by the study of late Dr. Emoto, who discovered the structure of water is affected by human consciousness or thoughts. Dr. Emoto's experiments were influenced by the water rituals performed for thousands of years by virtually every spiritual or religious tradition. Inspired by the potential of water to absorb thoughts and messages in itself, imagines were born. The idea is that the human body consists of approximately 60% of water. We need water for survival. When we drink water, it permeates every cell of our body. According to Dr. Emoto's conclusion, water can take on positive or negative messages. As such, When you drink water energized with transformational message, this message is delivered to every cell of your body. Imagens are like water energizing stations infused with powerful intentions. Each time you drink water energized on Imagen, you see, read, visualize its message, and it becomes Imagine-tended. Drinking Imagine-tended water becomes continuous meditation or mind training practice throughout the day, shifting your consciousness drop by drop. However, unlike meditation, you don't need to sit for a prolonged time cross-legged. It only takes a moment to make a connection with your Imagen to remember your intention for a day. Perhaps you're very scientifically inclined and maybe you're skeptical about water's ability to be energized by a message. Still, you would agree that a constant reminder of how you want to show up in the world, which cuts through continued attack of distractions, is an excellent use of water drinking time. If nothing else, that in itself is an invaluable tool in today's distracted and hurried world. Because Imagens are written in a simple language that you and your subconscious immediately understand, you don't need to spend even an extra minute in your day to practice. Practice happens as you're doing your normal everyday activities and hydrate yourself in the process. You will not need to retire into a cave for meditation, unless you want to, of course. To assist with practice, every Imagen comes with instruction that will give you, that will guide you in this process. If, however, you're really committed to your growth and learning and want accelerated results, then you should consider working with certified Imagen Life Path Coach. Your coach will guide you through each step of life path, help you identify blocks and beliefs that are holding you back, and support you in developing a plan of action. A lot more can be said about Imagens, their benefits, and how exactly they can affect your life. However, no amount of explanation will substitute the experience of knowing it yourself. It's like I can speak about sugar in many different ways, and you will never really know what it is until you actually taste it. I want to thank you for your interest to learn about Imagen Life and dedicate your valuable time and attention watching this video. As my appreciation, I'd like to gift you an invitation to take your Imagen Life Path assessment to discover your own life's blueprint and schedule a reading with our coaches. Click the link below for assessment. We're looking forward to serving you in the ascent of the most exhilarating mountain known to a man, universal consciousness. Namaste.